And did you describe the Jeep uh, to law enforcement?
Yes.
And did you follow up with law enforcement after that?
Yes. When you go through something like that, you spend all day. It feels like with law enforcement, it takes a really long time. So at some point, like a detective came over and I talked to him, and then later, as I was thinking through everything and talking with other people that were close to it, I realized that I felt really confident that the Jeep was Tylee's Jeep.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Were you aware that Tylee Ryan had a Jeep?
Yes.
Um, did you know how long she'd had it?
Charles got it for her during all of this, when he was in Texas, he'd gotten her Jeep.
So uh, when he was in Texas, was that in 2019?
Yes.
Okay. And you had seen that Jeep?
Yes.
Right. And so I don't want to put words in your mouth. Your testimony is that as you reflected on it, you thought more and more that this was Tylee's Jeep.
Yeah, I think I might have called Zach Cox and talked to him too, and he might have had the same thought, and we both were just like, "That's got to be the Jeep."
Who is Zach Cox?
Adam Cox, Lori's brother. It's his son. He had lived with Lori and Charles for a period of time, and with me. He's 18, 19 at the time, so he just kind of out on his own. He was working for me. I had given him a job.
Did you take any other steps to identify that Jeep?
Yeah, I was an insurance agent at the time, and previously Charles had given us the VIN number, and so I just gave that VIN number to law enforcement.
Okay. And okay, so you had the VIN number for Tylee Ryan's Jeep.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the number you provided to law enforcement.
Yeah.
And just to be clear, you had that because you were insuring that Jeep.
I didn't end up insuring it. He had just given us all the information. Charles had.
Okay. Mr. Boudreaux, do you recognize that vehicle?
Yes.
Do you know who that vehicle belonged to?
We called it Tylee's Jeep. I believe it was Charles's. I think he's the one who bought it.
But you were aware that Tylee Ryan drove that Jeep?
Yes.
Okay. Is that the Jeep that you saw on the morning of October 2nd, 2019?
Yes.
When approximately did you give law enforcement the VIN number for Tylee Ryan's Jeep?
That day.
Okay. And did you take any other steps or did you provide any other information to law enforcement?
I just shared with them who I thought did it and why. I started trying to figure out things I could do to help assist law enforcement into finding who shot at me. That included hiring a private investigator, going back through any information I had, like old emails, the ones that Charles had sent me.
Okay, so let's talk about that. You said Charles had sent you some emails. When had Charles sent you emails?
He sent me emails. So when he and Lori were going through the divorce, he was sending out emails to the family with things he was concerned about, because he was very concerned about her mental health, and with things that pertain to this belief set that she was building.
These emails that Charles sent, what was the nature of these emails? Was it a narrative that he was speaking about?
Well, in them I found that a lot of the stuff was being sent by a Chad Daybell, who I didn't know.
Okay. And when you say stuff, what type of stuff?
There was like these documents that talked about like light and dark spirits, and it was like rating my family, like myself, and then my extended family, like Lori's family and things like that.
Did you see your own name written in those emails?
I did. I wanted to figure out more, so I got into Google and searched for Chad Daybell because I didn't know him, so I wanted to see more information about this person that was sending the information.
Right. And what did you find?
Um, when I typed his name in, an obituary popped up for a Tammy Daybell, and something inside of me was just shocked.